Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to Soul Pet. Looks like we are live and ready to go. And where's my comments? Hang on a second. I just had all the comments out in front of me. Now they're gone. Hang tight. I will figure it out. I know what to do. Restore the chat. Ta-da. And all right. Yep. So give me a second here. Hang tight. Hang tight. Pop out the chat. There we go. All right. Hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to Soul Pet. Let's start over again. It is good to see you guys here. Thank you for joining me. I did find my chat so that I can answer everybody's questions and say hello to everybody. But first, welcome to Soul Pet. This is the channel that is dedicated to all of us on a healing journey after the loss of a beautiful animal companion, our beautiful soul pets. Wherever you happen to be on your journey, you have found the right place to be. This is a community of people. You'll see that just by reading through the chat. So whether you're watching this video live, whether you're joining me in a day or two, or whether it's 5 years from the day that that this is being recorded, you are welcome here and you found your people, because this group, this community, more than anything, this soul pet community really supports everyone. You are welcome here and you are held and you are seen without judgment as you are on your journey after the loss of a soul pet. So this is a live stream. There is a lot of chat that goes on. There's a lot of chat that goes on in the chat between channel members and anybody who's watching the video live. And if you happen to be watching this not live and you're catching it as a recorded video, feel free to drop your comments in the chat because I look at them all. I read every single comment. I try to reply to every single one. Some days I'm more successful than others, but I try to reply to every single one. And it is the chat that and the comments that actually prompted the topic for this evening, because there were a couple of folks who commented on videos this week that really touched my heart, and I want to be able to help you through some of that. Like, I think of the people in the middle of the night who are watching this video because they can't sleep, because they can't work their way through the feelings of grief, and so it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're watching this video and you just type a comment in, because it's the only thing you can do to help you move forward, is to type in a comment that says, I don't know how I'm supposed to go on after this. I don't know how I continue after the loss of my beautiful dog, cat, horse, whatever your soul pet may be. And it's those comments that touch my heart so deeply that I want to be able to help you through that. Having said all that, this is a live stream and I like to say hello to all of my channel members. So if you're not the kind of person who likes to engage in that, scroll through a couple of minutes, because we are going to say hello to everybody and I like to answer everybody's questions, especially my channel members. So let's say hello to Pat, always kicking us off on the right foot. Thanks, Pat. Hello. Oh, Robbie, good to see you here. You look 18. If you know how that has become like a channel thing. You have created a thing with that. Sherry, it is great to see you. I already said hello to Pat. Kali, hello, hello. Sharon, great to see you here. I said hello to Kali. Wait, my comments keep going back to the same comments. Okay, let's I'm doing something wrong here, so if I'm missing anybody, I will come back and say hello to you, I promise. Jody, it's good to see you. I'm seeing a whole lot of comments, so let's see what's going on already. Lady Leoman, please. Cassie, right? Cassie, I think that's it. And Magnificent Sales, good to see you here. Lauren, if I'm not mistaken. Sarah, hello, hello. All right, now we're going on with the comments. Let's see who else I've got. Oh my goodness. So look at all those, all the pet names that we're already having. We're going to talk about why I asked for everybody to put the names of their animal companions into the chat, because I'm going to do a little something with a candle later on. Catherine, good to be here. Lost your soul baby girl, Indy, on April 1st. A beautiful Lhasa rescue. Okay, we will hold Indy in our thoughts as well, and you in our thoughts. Okay. That's me. Okay, good, Cassie. All right, let's go into some questions now that I said hello to everybody. And as the comments keep scrolling through, you guys know I don't have a moderator or anything. It's me, myself, and I try to catch as many comments as possible. If there's questions throughout the live stream. Maybe hold them till the end, and I'll open a little time specifically for questions and answers that come up during the live stream, because I miss a lot. They fly by so fast. But in the beginning now, I do see some questions already posted, so let's take a quick Q&A here. Pat, we're going to honor Logan, Aladdin, Pudge, Droopy, all of them, 100%. They changed my life and my son's during their time here. That's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. What I do before these live streams is I sit down in a quiet space. I just go quiet myself. I let myself be totally quiet. I tell myself, which is telling my chattery mind, that there's nothing more important at this moment in time than preparing for this evening and the topic that we're going to talk about. And one of the things that I wrote down, Pat, is just what you said. They change us. They change us forever. Our soul pets come into our life, and even as they leave our physical life, they never, ever, ever leave us for good. As they leave our physical life, they leave us changed people. We are forever changed by the animals who have come into our life and the soul pets who have come into our life. Oh, I do want to give a shout out. I'm glad I wrote this down. I want to give a shout out to Aaron. Aaron, also one of our channel members who is not frequently able to make the live stream, but hello from Kuda. Kuda is Aaron and Kendra's dog who crossed to the other side. One of the very first full readings I ever did where I felt so connected. It was so amazing, the connection that I felt with Kuda. And Aaron shared with me that when he was in Hawaii in April, and gave me permission not only to share this, but asked that I share it. When he was in Hawaii in April, he met someone who said, "Oh, I write children's books. I would love for you to just take a look at this kid's book that I wrote." And it's called Kuda Meets the Buddha. You can't make this up. A total stranger, never met before. Kuda Meets the Buddha. It was spelled a little different, but it was, instead of C-U-D-A, it was K-U-D-A. Doesn't matter. Those are the kinds of signs that we can't help but notice. And Aaron's question was, why do I keep feeling this so strongly? Because it's been a couple years now. Why do I still feel, I'm surprised, a little surprised by how strongly I still feel the signs. And the answer I gave to Aaron is the same that I will give to each and every one of you. The more you stay connected, the more strongly you have faith and believe and trust that your animal companion will not ever leave your side, the signs will continue to come through. And if for some reason you get wrapped up in the day-to-day world, the day-to-day life, and you realize that you haven't looked for a sign recently, you can ask and you can reconnect like that. They don't leave us. There's no such thing as time or space or distance. Their energy is with us always. Their soul is with us always, and you can call on them at any time you want. So I had to give that shout out to Aaron, who sent me an email earlier about Kuda. Okay, so back to the questions. Pat, we will honor your pets. Pat says, I'm going to repost your worldview on deism. Or deism, I'm not quite sure how we say that. A belief in a creator who takes a hands-off approach. So I'll let you guys read through all the comments about this, and I think Pat is asking my thoughts. I am wide open to everything except for religious dogma, but even that I believe has its place, and I think that there are people who find their peace of mind in their religious dogma, and I cannot judge that. For me personally, I have evolved out of that, and now when I look at all of the rituals of Catholicism and the way that I was raised, and don't worry, we're not going to go too far down the religion rabbit hole. When I look at all the funny things, when I look at confession and even saying the rosary and lighting candles like we're going to do tonight. There are so many rituals that have now become part of my overall spiritual practice, but they have nothing to do with religious dogma. So what do I believe? I do believe in a divine creator. I believe in a participatory universe. So I don't necessarily know that it's hands-off. I believe that it's a joint communication, however. I believe that we can, with our thoughts, our feelings, our heart, influence the things that happen in our universe. So that's not exactly what you're saying there, especially when we look at a universe like a world like we have right now, where there's so much conflict and struggle and pain and haves and have-nots. So and I'll go back to my beagles for this, I believe that we are in a participatory universe, so we can influence the outcomes by our thoughts and the way that we pray and the way that we communicate with the creator of all things, if that makes any sense. Okay. We can come back to that if you want to. And anybody, you guys can feel free to chat amongst yourselves about that also, because I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer, and I think it's an ever-evolving thing. But we're here to, I want to go a little bit more into helping our beautiful our beautiful people who have had their animal companions cross over. Okay, Sherry. The heavier the guilt, the harder it was to move forward. It's why a lot of these live streams are dedicated to working through that guilt, to healing ourselves from that guilt. Not necessarily healing ourselves from a broken heart, but healing ourselves from what the burden that we've placed on us with guilt, remorse, regret, things we should have, could have, would have done differently, because I don't believe that that's the case. I think that when our animal companions cross to the other side, that they also have free will. As Pat mentioned it about free will. Yes, do I believe 100% in free will? I do. But I think that all sentient beings have free will. Or a better word for it that I've discovered is agency. And the word agency means our ability to act on our preferences. So while all animals may have free will, they don't always, and including humans, we don't always have the ability to act on our preferences and have complete agency. But do we get to make choices and have preferences? 100%. Yes, we do. Okay, the heavier the guilt. So we try to work through that. Thinking about the passing or a special memory can help bubble up emotions of grief. 100%. I still, when I talk about Lucy and Jack and Winston and all the other animals who've been part of my life, when I think of those special moments, it does, the grief bubbles up, but that's okay. Because also part of my goal here is to normalize that, to normalize the feelings that we have, the feelings of love, the deep, deep feelings of love, and the feelings of grief that calls up for us. Yes, I understand that the guilt makes it more difficult, but if we can work through that guilt, then it becomes a little bit easier to think about them and love them. Phoebe used to help you feed the birds every day. I love that. And so visualize her still by your side, missing her telling me that it's walk time. I bet she still tells you, Sherry. I bet she still says every day, okay, time for a walk. Let's go feed the birds. It's just that she's with you in spirit instead of being there in the physical. All right, saying hello to everybody. It's great to see everybody saying hello. Thank you, Pat, for like, hype, and subscribe. Awesome. I appreciate that. I know. I don't do a good enough job, I guess, of asking for that, but I do appreciate it, because the more we can get this message out to others, the more we can help create more of a consensus, more of a community of like-minded people who, when we think together like this, it helps everyone heal. It does more than just us as individuals. It creates a consciousness, a community consciousness, if you will. Okay, Kali says she honors Gary, Potato, Sullivan, Tyson. And we will be honoring all of our animal companions. There's a point later on in my notes where I'll remind everybody to go ahead and enter their animal companions' names into the chat. Rags and Rossi, and is it Rossi or Rosie? Rossi, Charlie, Kai, 18, Callie, Twinkle, Cinder, Mama Jazz. Look at those beautiful animal names. I love it. There are more, but you don't have enough space. Keep throwing them in there. It's all good. And if you're watching this video after this live stream, go ahead and put your animal companions' names in the chat also, because I love to read them all. I love to see them all. Okay, asking each other. So right there is an example of support where Cassie says not doing so great, and Sharon says, how can we help? What's going on? Because that's what we're here for. You don't have to figure this all out tonight. You don't have to figure this all out ever. You don't have to figure it all out at once. But know that let us hold you. Let us hold you. Whoever you are that's going through it right now, who's really in the thick of it, not having the best week, not having the best 2026, not having the best whatever year you happen to be watching this. We're here to hold you, because these virtual hugs that we send out to you also know no time and no space. Think about that. That's a part of the magic of YouTube, I think, is the fact that we can support you no matter where you are or no matter when you are watching this. We are here for you. It's very hard to go on. Good to be here. Okay. Well, I'm just catching up with the comments real quick. Alana, hello, hello. All right, Z, good to have you here. Some of these comments weren't showing up earlier, and now they're here. So good to see you, Z. Good to see you, Alana. Have so much guilt that Yoshi passed from liver cancer because I had to live in my grandma's black mold house because of being disabled, not having more income. I'm scared that he got it from the mold. Alana, I mean, there's a possibility. I won't deny that that's a possibility, that that's one of the ways that cancer may come about. But please let me share with you that we always do the best we can at that moment in time. There's not one of us who doesn't do the best that we can with what we have at that moment in time, even where we are in that moment in time. When I look back on Jack and Lucy and the early years of their life, they were family dogs. We loved them desperately, but I hadn't yet. I know it sounds hairy-fairy, hippy-dippy, woo-woo. I hadn't yet had my awakening, and I hadn't realized my connection to animals, and I didn't treat them as if they were sentient beings. They were beloved dogs that we loved dearly, but in their early years, I was still my corporate control freak self. I've said this so many times. I get up in the morning, I put them on their leash, I put them on their leads. They went out the back door, they did their business, they came in, I fed them, I gave them water, and off to work I went, and I worked a 10-hour day, and I came home and rinse and repeat. They got on their lead, they went outside, they did their business, I fed them, we went to sleep, and we did it again the next day. I would change that all. I would change every single day for Jack and Lucy at that time. If I go back and think about, oh, my gosh, what was I thinking? I get it. So I totally get it. So that's a long way to say, please don't hold yourself too guilty, because we do the best we can. For those who don't have the money for treatment, for those who have had to make a euthanasia decision because there was no way that they could afford the kind of treatment that their animal companion was going to need. Those are the hardest decisions to make. And so I personally can't release you from that guilt. You have to release yourself. But the way to do that is to remember that you gave them all the love, the best possible life that you could at that point in time. And that's all that matters. And once they transition to the other side, there is nothing that they take with them. They don't carry it with them. Number one, they don't carry trauma. Number two, they don't even know what that guilt is. They release you because they step into a space of such pure positive love that anything that you think that you did wrong is released. It's not only forgiven, it's not even remembered. What they remember is the love and the life that you gave them. I wrote this down. With the thing that I wrote down that I want to share in a minute is that no animal spirit that I've ever connected with has ever wanted their person to stop living them, to stop living, or to stop loving them. And I'm going to add to this, never, ever, ever has an animal spirit that I've ever connected with, and over all the years now that I've been doing this, have they ever, ever said, I'm sorry, I can't get past what my human being did to me. It just doesn't happen. They instead share with me instantly. And so this week I've got several private clients coming up, and they all ask the same question. Does my animal companion, it's usually a dog or a cat, know how much I loved them? Not only do they know how much you loved them, past tense, they know how much you still love them now, and they want you to know how much they loved you and they still love you. The love doesn't stop, no matter the circumstance of their passing. The love just does not ever stop. So, Alana, I hope that helps. I think it's Alana's question I was answering now after I went down that little rampage. Okay, let's keep going. In real life, I feel like I'm crashing in slow motion. I can't even count on one hand the places I feel safe, but this is one of them. Oh, thank you. to feel safe here, to feel seen, to feel heard, there's something else happening also. I believe that our communal consciousness, there's a better name for it than that, but this consciousness that we are growing in this group is extending out beyond this group. I think that we are impacting awareness. And I think we used to talk often about people who didn't understand pet loss. I think that's changing. I feel a shift happening with that because the more I think about it, the more I know there are very few people, at least in this country, that haven't had a pet or don't currently have a pet. And they are experiencing what we're talking about, and I think that they're shifting. I think their perspective about it's only a cat or it's only a dog, I think that's changing, and I think part of it comes from the way that this group comes together and supports each other. Because when we hold each other in this space, it goes beyond, right? We've talked about the quantum field many times. Our thoughts create things. Our thoughts have an impact, and I think we're impacting the way people are approaching the loss of a family member, which happens to be our pet. So I'm glad that you find a safe space here. That's also for anybody. For the person who's waking up in the middle of the night and looking for a safe place to come, you found that harbor right here. All right, let's see. Oh, Debbie, hello. It's good to see you. Sophie was just like a human child. We had Easter egg hunts, and she always wanted to open everyone's Christmas gifts. Oh, that's cute. Well, guess what? For Easter egg hunts, I call Easter egg hunts what we do when we look for signs, that our animal companions leave us Easter eggs. They leave them everywhere. They leave Easter eggs for us to find. It's their signs. And if we don't see a sign one day, that's okay. They've left the Easter egg. They know that we will find it one day, whatever that may be. So find your Easter eggs as signs from your animal companions. It's hard to go on, but we want to honor them by trying. Debbie, also, are you guys reading my notes? Because the way that we honor them is by healing. The way that healing honors their love. When we heal, or when we move forward, there's much more about this. When we move forward, we are honoring their love. And it's as simple as that. We're not dismissing them. We're not forgetting them. We are not betraying them. We are all the words that come up when people reach out to me. No, we're honoring their love. When we take a step forward, no matter how painful it is today, when we take a step forward, and even if it's a memory, we are honoring their love. Okay, we're gonna get more. You guys are reading my notes, so we'll get more and more to that. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. I needed to hear that today. I'm glad. Having health problems too, and I know I need to get out. I know I tried to get us out and did the best I could. Okay, you are very welcome. And have you connected with Nunya? Oh yes, you guys. Thank you for asking that question, Kali. Nunya has taken on a bit of a caregiver role, so she can only watch on the replay. So if you guys go back, you'll see she puts comments in, like that she'll watch tomorrow, and she'll put comments in saying hello to everybody. So she appreciates all of your thoughts, and I absolutely heard back from her, and everything is fine. Everything is fine, but she just can't make the Monday nights, at least for this moment in time. So you guys, I would love for you to go to the comments from last week and see where she said hello, and you can say hello back to her because she watches. So give her a big shout out right now. Hello, Nunya. We miss you and love you. Hey, look what Kali just did. That's for Nunya. That donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And can I love that? I think I can. Look at that. I can give it a heart. Very cool. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. I used to put on Alana, I thought that said I used to put on a bunny costume. I was going to say, wow, that's really... You did? Wait, this is a judgment-free zone. Okay, if you want to wear a bunny costume. You used to put it on... wait, the comments are flying by too fast. You used to put it on your soul pet, right? Right. Where is that? On Yoshi, yeah. And say that he was the Easter Beagle. Very cool, very cool. That's too cute. Yep. All right, one more thing. Let's see. One of the things my family gives me flack for is my spending. I'm of a mindset, so long as I can pay my board and bills, I can buy what I want. Boy, why are we are really, really uptight about money. And I think it's cultural, and I think it goes way back. And I had to listen to a meditation for a long time, a meditation that was a release meditation of all the old generational baggage I am carrying about money. And if you think about it, it's logical. Think about the way that our country has evolved. And I'll get off the topic of money in a minute, but somebody needs to hear this. So we had the Great Depression. So we had grandparents and parents, possibly. I mean, it depends on our age group. Grandparents and parents who went through a Great Depression, and then we went through the World Wars, and then we had this revolution, like an industrial revolution, and things became really good economically. But we had ingrained in us, I think I've shared this story before, that my grandmother used to wrap a dollar bill in a little cloth handkerchief that she had crocheted in a little cloth handkerchief. She would pin it inside my shirt so that I always had a spare dollar bill. And then she would say, don't ever tell your daddy, though, that you have that dollar. You have a spare dollar that's for you. So that was that sense of lack was ingrained in us since we were little. And it was ingrained, it's not a mistake. They didn't do anything wrong. Our generations before us thought that they were doing the right thing by ingraining us with this frugality. So now we are gently, little baby steps, taking little baby steps to overcome that frugal mindset. And so go ahead and spend what you will, because I believe in that also. I believe that that I believe that there's enough to go around, and that there will always be enough to go around, and that our needs will always be met. And again, our thinking and our thoughts create that reality. And the more we can get out of that mindset, the more not only do we shift things for ourselves, we shift things for future generations. I see my son and daughter handling things differently now than I did when I was their age, and I applaud them for it. And I know that that will shift for my granddaughter. And with that, the communal consciousness. What? That's not the word, guys. Tell me what I'm trying to say. Not that global consciousness, that group consciousness, will shift over time. Okay. My great grandparents hid money in the walls, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's the way that. Okay, that's the way that goes. Okay, let's get on to the topic for this evening. Now that we are a half hour into this. All right. Here, and my camera wants to follow me again. I swear I turned that off, and I haven't. We're going to come back to Q&A again in a minute. But let's talk about this. The heartbreaking question that comes up. I'll put this in the comments for anybody who wants to get right to the heart of the conversation. We are 30 minutes in exactly. It is 30 minutes past the hour. 30 minutes past the hour when we started talking about the heartbreaking question of, how do I go on? How do I live now that they're gone? I just don't understand how I move on. So our soul pets, they're something so much more than just a pet, right? It's the dog who got us through the divorce. It's the cat that slept by our side after medical treatments. It's the horse who let us cry into their mane as we were overcoming some kind of grief. They have always been there for us with unconditional love through thick and through thin. And now they're gone. And the silence is deafening. The silence is heartbreaking. How do we move on? And this came specifically a question from a viewer. It's posted in the comments of one of my older videos, and I don't know which one it is off the top of my head. It was a short. Before shorts just got me so burned out that I had to stop them for a little while. I think her name is Michelle, and she said, I just don't understand how I'm supposed to go on. And your question, I get those questions every single week. At least one person, if not more, every single week sends me a comment that says, I don't know what I'm supposed to do after this. And so I want you to know, number one, that you don't have to figure it all out, that you don't even have to figure it all out tonight, that right now you are in this space where there's a community of people who can hold you, that my heart feels it every time. It makes me a little emotional right now, because every time I read one of those comments, do you know what I want to do? I want to instantly, I just want to get on my phone and press the button and send them a message, and send them a voice message, a voice note. I don't even know them. I have no idea where they are. I think Michelle said she was from Beirut, if I'm not mistaken. And Alana, oh my gosh, thank you. Here, let's put a little, Love heart there also. Thank you. And all these donations, you have no idea how much good they do, um, because it helps all of everyone who needs assistance and can't afford like a private reading. That's who that's who this helps. Anywho, where was I? I can't remember now. I got distracted. That this big yellow thing comes across my screen. And so my squirrel ADD brain goes, woo! All right, let's get back to helping people normalize. Oh, I want to press the button, right? I want to press the button and leave them a voice note, even though I don't know who they are or where they're from. I want to let them know how much they're seen and heard and that we all know them. We all feel them, we understand them. And so whoever is watching this, I encourage you, and I often put that, I will often put a comment that says, please, if you can, watch a Monday night live stream. Even if it's on a recording, watch it. You'll see, you'll feel, you'll find your people, you'll find your community that understands you, that will accept you right where you are, wherever that is that you happen to be. So our soul pets, right, they're different. They're different because they have been witnesses to everything that we've been through. They've been our keeper. They've been our teachers. They've been our healers, our animal companions that have held us and helped us heal with unconditional love. So it makes it that much more hard when they transition to the other side, because we don't have their physical presence anymore, but we do still have them. If there is one thing I can I don't care how many times I have to repeat it, the one thing to get across is that our soul pets don't leave. Even if they've left their physical body, they would not ever dream of abandoning us. It doesn't happen. They have shifted from one form to another. I use the example of water. It's the best example I have. That water can be ice, water can be steam, water can be rain, water can be the ocean. We can drink water, which I need to do right now. We can drink water, we can bathe in water, we can step out into the rain, we can freeze water, we see snow. It has so many different forms, but the water doesn't disappear. It's there in a different form, and it's the same for your beautiful soul pet. They have their energy and soul has left their physical form, but if anything, they have stepped into a place that is even more powerful and even more filled with love. And they want us to know that. We're not taught that. We've been taught, that's another thing, if we're going to go back to money, we have been taught first that pets were just pets, and then that death was the end. And that's so not true. They're trying to show us with all of these signs and all of these messages, they're trying to show us that their love has simply shifted out of the physical form and into an energetic form. And if we could simply see them and love them just as they are now. They're asking for unconditional love in the form that they exist right now, which is energetic. So you've done nothing wrong. The questions with that question comes up a lot too. What did I do? How could I have done something so wrong that they would have to leave? It's just not the way it works. I promise it's not the way it works. And the more you hang out with this community, the more you'll begin to get an understanding of that. You've done nothing wrong. How do you live without them? That's the question. Who am I without them? Because they kind of made up a lot of your identity when they were physically here with you. They changed you. This is where the change thing comes in that Pat brought up. They changed you forever. You are forever a different person because of them. And they want you to know that you can step into the full version of yourself. The version of you that they helped create, that's who they want you to be. That is who they want you to be. They changed you. They still influence you from the other side, because we have no other way to put it, from the field that they entered into, from their non-physical self. They still influence. They can still impact your life. If they spoke to you tonight, this is why I want to light the candle, because I want you guys to get a message, and I'm going to do it through flame. If they were able to speak to you tonight, they would say, eat something, please. Or they would say, go outside. Or like earlier this week, we haven't had rain here in a little while. and we had a thunderstorm, and I thought, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to step outside and just let it rain on me. I want to feel what it was like when I was a little girl, and that was a joyful thing, to slap around in a puddle, to have the rain drop on you, to get soaking wet, to hold your tongue out and let raindrops fall onto your tongue. I wanted that, and so I did it. And I think that's what our soul pets would want us to do also, even though Gypsy hates the rain. Gypsy absolutely will not stand in the rain, but they're telling us just to go do something. So go outside, eat the food, eat the cake, buy the shoes, rest, laugh, and more than anything, for the love of everything, love again. They want us to love again. There's not ever been a pet that has ever wanted us to feel broken, that has ever wanted us to feel so much pain that we can't move on. They want us to know that they are still with us, and that they want us to love again. And this is where I started to write that I mentioned earlier. No animal soul that I've ever connected with, and there's been many, no animal soul that I've ever connected with has ever wanted their person to stop living, has ever wanted their person to stop loving. Never, ever, ever had they wanted us to be so broken that we couldn't continue. And they are showing us that from the other side. It's why I talk about signs and messages and how to get signs and messages, because healing honors their love. We're going to light the candle. Don't worry, I won't forget. Oh, look at that. The very next note is light the candle. Okay. I will light the candle because I believe this is just a little candle I have laying around. I was trying to make a really cool candle, like practicing in how to like make drips and put little crystals in candles and stuff. So this is the candle I'm going to light, because flame can be magic. It can be a really magical way to get a message. So this is the moment. If you haven't already put your pet's name in the comments, please put your soul pet's name in the comments, because this little ritual is going to be for you and your soul pet. So I'm talking right to you right now, even though I've got all kinds of comments scrolling by and I don't know who's watching this when. I am speaking to you individually right now. I am looking you in the eye. I'm opening my heart for you and for your animal companion. And I'm going to light this candle. I did. I thought I brought matches. I'm going to light this candle. And first I'll explain what we're going to do. I'm going to light the candle and I'm going to hold the flame so that you can see it in front of the camera, because the flame can be mesmerizing. And if it's a ritual that you're able to do, I would also light a candle. It's an easy way to make a connection, because just watching the flame will quiet your mind. It has this calming effect of, and then it can be mesmerizing. And once you find yourself in a state of being mesmerized, and I know that somebody's going to say, I'm supposed to say, don't do this if you are driving a car or if you're in a place where you're going to light the house on fire. Do this in a safe place. Make sure that you have a glass container. I don't, but I'm going to blow this out. Make sure that it's in a place that you're safe. Practice safety, safety first. But a candle can be so mesmerizing. So if you do have, like, I have these really cool little glass votives. I love to light them and then just stare into the flame. It lets your mind go into a quiet place that allows you to be open enough to receive a message. So tonight we're going to do it virtually. I'm going to light the candle, and all of you put your animal companions' names in the comments, and then look at the candle. I'm going to hold it up to the camera quietly. I'm going to shut my trap for a few seconds, let you just stare at the flame and ask to receive a message. Any message. Now the message can be like a download. You may get a message that goes, oh my gosh, I know automatically that I just heard from Piper. Or it may be just a feeling. I say the feeling of relief is a message from your animal companion on the other side, even if it only lasts for a couple seconds. That one moment of peace is a way that they're getting through to you. Or they may send you a color, or you may find a feather, or it could be anything, but that's what we're going to do with the flame. We're going to look at the flame and use that as a way to get a message. Okay, so let's light our candle here. I see all these cool names floating by. I love it. Cheesy and Puffy and Mimi and Indy and Kirby and Phoebe, the other Phoebe, and Duke and Mango and Becker and Pepper. Oh, Baron, look at all these beautiful animal names. Sullivan, did I say that already? Mr. T. Oh, yes, Mr. T. I love it. I love when we remember our horsies. Horses have a special place in my heart. I said Mimi already, right? Cheesy. I don't want to miss anybody. So for Pat, who always comments at the beginning, is oh, meow meow mew mew for Nunya. Very good, mew mew. Absolutely, thank you, Kali. That's awesome. Droopy and Logan and Aladdin and I know I'm missing somebody. Begins with a D. No, Droopy. I can't remember, but all of them. They're in the notes, and they are who I'm holding in my heart for all of you. Here we go. I'm just going to light this candle. Blow out my match. And let me move comments out of the way. I want to make sure that everybody can see this candle. Oh, wow. Look at it flicker. Look at that. Oh, it flickers so beautifully. I didn't realize it was going to do that. So I'm going to hold this a little bit closer to the camera. There we go. Now everybody, and look at it, it's got a beautiful little glow around it also. Just look at the flame. I'm going to be quiet for a minute, but we're going to set the intention that nothing is more important at this moment in time than the message, my candle's catching fire, than the message I'm about to receive from my soul pet. And I'll be quiet for about 30 seconds to a minute. A minute of quiet on a live stream is a long time. I feel so honored by this candle for putting on such a show for us. All the flickering, the glow, even I put some like rose petals on the top of the candle. That's what it was flaming the second time. It's just really a very special moment. I feel so honored by this candle for holding the space for all of our soul pets. So know that I hold each of your soul pets so close in my heart. And I know I'm speaking kind of low now, so I hope that everybody can hear me okay. I'm going to step the candle away for a second. I am holding each and every one of your soul pets in my heart, whether you have placed their names in the comments or it's something that's a couple years from now and you're just hoping that somebody hears you and holds you. This is the space, and this is the candle, and this is the light that represents each and every one of them and all the love that they share with us. All right, I'm just going to set this off to the side, and for the moment, it's just going to be right next to me. I'm not going to blow out the candle. I'm going to let it keep burning. Okay, let's see what kind of comments we have. You light once a year for your brother, lighting it right now. Beautiful. I love the ritual of lighting a candle. And then I love the flame as a way to make a connection and as a way to quiet our mind. So it's not only a ritual for honoring them and honoring their love, it's a ritual for helping our mind to quiet, for helping to calm a broken heart, and for helping us to be able to receive a message by the being mesmerized, right? Okay, Sharon says, I got an impression of Benny with seeing the word love. That's beautiful, Sharon. Yeah, if anybody wants to put it, they were able to, if they were able to get any messages come through, I would love for you to share that in the comments. That would be beautiful. Okay, so here's what I want you to know. I want you to know that oh, I forgot to say, get a special candle. That's the other thing. So the reason that this candle turned out to be even more special than I realized, I picked a special candle, but you can go into any candle shop or go into any metaphysical store or any crystal shop. Bookstores sometimes have candles. I'm trying to think who else has candles. Find one that really resonates with you. Find a candle that has some meaning. That's why I got these little blue candles initially, because I loved the color of the blue candle. I love that they had a fun, I love my moon designs on everything. Yeah, my moon designs. I got moons hanging up here too. So find something that's meaningful to you, and it will make the moment even more special. And some other things that you might say as you're lighting the candle. You might say that until we meet again, or I feel your presence. I believe that you're always with me. I trust you to connect with me. I will forever love you. I will forever feel your love. I will forever send my love. I'm sending, oh, here's the other one I love. I always put at the end of all my live streams and all the emails I send out, it's like my little tagline, may animals light your way. And if you have a private reading with me, I now change that to may Yoshi light your way. I make sure that your animal companion's name is right in there. So let them light your way. And you can use that as your mantra as you light the candle. I trust you. I believe that you are still with me. I will not ever forget you. I will let you light my way. Because that's something that they also want to do. They want to help us. They want to guide us. They want to still be that teacher, that healer, that witness, that keeper. They still want to be that for us. And so if we say to them, I will forever let you light my way, they will guide you. And I will, oh, that's the other thing we could say. I will carry your light forward. I will, from this moment on, carry your light forward. I will honor your memory. I will not let you be forgotten. Even though there's some mornings where I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to take my head out from under the covers, I will move forward today in honor of you. And we honor their love. We honor the memory of their love. Some other ways that we could do that, so that I just wrote down some suggestions. Ways, not necessarily a ritual like lighting the candle, but things that you could do to move forward would be volunteering. Doesn't matter where you volunteer. It could mean fostering, if you have the ability to foster. It could simply mean listening and helping another who might be going through some grief. I have shared many mutual tears, because when you cry, I cry, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay. So hold another person who may need a shoulder to lean on, who may need someone who understands the way that you need someone to understand right now. So there are ways that you can honor your beautiful animal companion, carry their light forward, and it may just be a baby thing. It may be a little thing. It may be commenting like so many people do. I love this from all of you guys. It may be commenting on somebody's comment on a video like this and saying, you're being held, you're being seen. Rest in peace. I see that all, even though I know they all rest in peace, like they rest in so much peace. There's no description for the amount of peace in which our animal companions are resting. But even a comment like, my heart goes out to you, may they rest in peace. That does more good than you possibly know. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the topic for this evening in addressing that particular question. So I'm going to open it up to Q&A right now. If there are any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I will answer them right now. So let's see. Z says, volunteering at your local animal shelter. Yes, right? And doesn't it make you feel, if you can, some people aren't in a place where their heart is enough, it has put itself back together enough. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it one more time. There is a Japanese tradition about the broken heart. It's about broken ceramic, about broken china. So when something breaks that was precious, they put it back together, and it's now like an incredibly beautiful form of art. They put it back together with gold. So they put all the pieces back together, and it's all glued back together with gold. And it recreates something that is so much more than it ever was. And to look at it now, and to look at it in its repaired state, it's beyond beautiful, and it becomes something greater than it was before. Where was that coming from? I don't even remember now. I'm going back to my comments. It was something that Z said about, about fostering, or about working at a shelter. Some people's hearts are not there yet, but as your heart repairs itself, as you put yourself back together with lines of gold and the help of your beautiful animal companion, you might find the capacity to help at an animal shelter. But it can be anything. It can be anything at all that it just helps you move forward in honor of your animal companion. Okay, let's see. You felt your sweet pockets. That's awesome. Water, and then the feeling of trotting towards the river. Oh, the feeling of riding. Isn't that Mr. T and Peace? That's beautiful. Thought of Kai all the way through, and I honestly don't know if it worked. Well, guess what? It always works. You can't get it wrong. You can't do this wrong. If you had no candle, if you had no candle at all, and all you could do was look at a picture of a candle, or all you could do was imagine a candle in your mind, it's still going to work. Your animal companions will continue. They have endless patience. They will continue to try to get through to you all the time. If when you have a little bit of difficulty, I call it the sweet spot, that spot between awake and asleep, as you're drifting off to sleep at night, just as you're drifting off, instead of rehashing all the BS that went on throughout your day and all the conversations that you had throughout the day, let go of that. Instead, take that peaceful time and think of your animal companion and say, as I drift off to sleep tonight, I'm just going to be thinking of Kai. I'm just going to be thinking of Kai, and nothing else is going to be in my mind about that. And so a tear rolls down your face, all good, and drift off to sleep that way. And don't be surprised if you receive a message in a dream. Or first thing when you wake up in the morning, the very first thing you think about is the thought that they placed in your mind. We haven't talked about the dream state in a while. That's the thought they placed in your mind. So trust it. They'll always get through to you. They will always find a way to get through to you. You're going to find a feather in the car. You're going to see a license plate. Something is going to get through to you. No matter how long it takes, they will continue to do it. Hello, Ocean Lee. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. We haven't seen you in a while. I see Yoshi in my mind sitting up like a prairie dog, like how beagles do. Beautiful. I'm a failed foster 3 times over. Not the best idea. I'm with you. Gypsy was only supposed to foster for 2 weeks, and here she is. Let's see, how many years later? 5 years later. Yep. Gypsy in July is going to turn 7. Yep. How do we get a private reading? Oh, I can put something in the comments. It's also in my channel description for a private reading. I'll put a link. There's a link that you can to do that will allow you to schedule a private appointment. So it also has my schedule in there. So I will make sure to. I don't think I can do it while I'm on the live stream, but I will. Look, I am not. Let's not forget that. Let's write it down right now. So link private meeting. Private reading. Otherwise I could email it to you, but I don't have everybody's emails. Okay, you are so welcome. Cassie, maybe it's a sign to refresh your vessel. Okay, I'm not 100%. Debbie wants to know about a private reading. Thank you, Sherry. You guys know what to do. Kintsugi. Oh, yeah. Is that what's called, kintsugi? I'm going to have to, because I'd like to get some pictures of that to show you guys. Repaired with gold, and it's more valuable and beautiful after it's broken. Right. And because we come out on the other side, when we do come out on the other side, there's not to say that we won't have good days and bad days. There's times that I still, even like tonight when I talked about Jack and Lucy in their early years, kind of puts a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that I didn't do better by them, but I did the best I could at that moment in time. Think of my own words, right? Okay, thank you. Look, I'm reading too many comments all at the same time. I think you can book them through her website, and also on my website. 100%. There's the booking link on my website. Okay. Vito Manco has a question. All right, I'm not going anywhere just yet, so let me go back up to Vito Manco. The comments scroll by super fast, and I've only got like a little small window of them. How do we as pet parents learn to let go of guilt over the health of our pets? My mind goes in 100 different directions when I get that question. The first one is, I kind of answered it earlier in the video. The first one is, we do the best we can with what we have at any moment in time. I say that unequivocally for all of us. When we make decisions about our animal companions, we do so with the best intentions. And when we do so from a place of love, when the decisions we make are decisions that are made out of love for our animal companion, you can't make a wrong decision. So let's say you missed something, or you didn't take your pet to the vet as often as you should have. You didn't do their annual exams as often as you should have. Or you didn't know that the food you were feeding them was going to cause cancer. Or you didn't know that the medication you were giving them that was supposed to help them was going to end up giving them seizures. There's no way for you to know that You make the best decision you can. I'm going to try to not repeat myself 100 times, but when you make the decision with their best interest at heart, you're doing the best that you can for them. So afterwards, you discover that what you did was not the right choice. In the end, our animal companions are on their own journey, and part of that journey may be, and I speculate here, part of that journey may be to help us be better future companions for animals. That I know. I'm not saying that I'm speculating with that. That I know. Our animal companions, especially when they cross from a health issue that we could have, should have, would have done something different about, they help us be better better companions for future animals in our life. So Jack and Lucy, Gypsy will not ever have to go through what Jack and Lucy taught me as the best teachers of my life. They taught me so much, as I go back now and reflect, that Gypsy will not ever have to deal with. Part of that, when I'm getting a little signal that if I lose you guys, I'm sorry. I'm getting a signal that I'm losing my connection, but it is what it is. If I lose you, I apologize. Kibble is an example. So I personally believe that Gypsy will not ever have to eat kibble again. How many times I gave my dogs just plain old dry dog food, poured it in a bowl, and I don't even know what was in that dog food. I have no idea what was in that dog food. And this is not I'm not vilifying dog food. I'm simply saying that now I realize that I want human grade food for Gypsy, and more than that, she gets to eat what I eat, and there's no other way around it. She gets to have real food, and I just make sure that it's nutritionally complete. So that's how I let go of the guilt. I let go of the guilt by saying, thank you for being my greatest teacher. Thank you for forgiving me for what I could have done differently. And I assure you, my beautiful animal companions, that from this moment forward, I will be a better person, and I will be a better companion to any future animal who comes into my life. And that's how I would let go of that guilt. Okay. Z saying she loves being a volunteer dog. Oh, because I backed up to the comments. All right, let's see any more. I wrote a question just above Viomet. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to Vito. I broke a mug I've had for over 30 years. I was able to mostly fix it, but it will never be the same. I'm devastated because it predates Kai and all of his siblings. Feels like a bad omen. No, I would do just like we just said about the Japanese art. Put it together even better than it was. So what if it has a little piece that's missing? It's okay. It's totally okay. Was that the question? I don't even know. Yes, I had the same question. Catherine has the same question. All right, I'll also make sure that I add a comment that has. I'll pin it to the top after I'm done here. I'll pin it to the top so that everybody can see it. Okay, I think I got everybody's questions. I'm just reading real quick. Benny taught you so much. Beautiful tradition. All right, good. Finding the best cat food I can so I can spoil. Yep. So we just, yep, you do. They help us be better. And then as each progressive animal comes into our life, they teach us to be even better. And one last piece about that. And then we're going to wrap it up. One last piece about the guilt thing and becoming better animal companions is that I think it's also shifting the global consciousness about animal care. That we're not, I mean, it's not just, you just don't, I mean, Alpo. That was my childhood dog, Peanuts. Every night we opened a can of Alpo, and she got a half a can of Alpo. And I think back, like, we didn't even think what we were doing. We just slopped the Alpo into her bowl. So little by little, I think that not very many people do that anymore. I think we are all becoming very conscious about what we're feeding our animal companions. Okay, enough. Enough about that. That was it from me. Okay, you guys are also welcome. Thank you for being such a beautiful part of this community. Thank you for holding each other. Thank you for being there for everyone. Thank you for all the comments that you post because it helps somebody else in the future. I love this Soul Pet community. You guys are amazing. And until next week, when I see you on Monday night, may animals light your way. Take care, everybody. Good night.